What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Atout, and I'd like to welcome you all to Knotfest exclusive interview with Matty from Memphis May Fire. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I feel like it is such an exciting time right now. Of course, you're on the road, but also when it comes to music, your new record, Remade in Misery, we are only weeks away from this dropping everywhere. So, how absolutely hyped are you and the boys for this to finally get out into the world?
I'm so excited. Yeah, I mean, since we finished the record, we not just felt but knew that this is the best record that we've ever made, and we're just so proud of it. And that's why we released one song at a time. Like I just wanted everybody to hear every single song in its own, you know, every song to have its own spotlight. And so it's really exciting. A lot of the record's already out because of the singles, but
Mhm.
this will be the first time that people get to hear it in a sequence that it was meant to be heard in, from start to finish. And I think that people will rediscover the songs in a new way.
And you've shared before how this is kind of a new season for the band, and you truly rediscovered who you were during the whole process of creating it. So, what was that experience like? Kind of that new feeling and feeling that new life being put into these songs?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was awesome. I feel like the pandemic kind of forced that on everybody. You had to kind of take a step back and just look at the path that you'd been on and where you were, and reflect and say, is this where I want to be? Because when the whole world shuts down, you have the ability to start to see things a little differently, and
Mhm.
and I think that we just realized that we had been so busy and caught up in all of the moving parts of being in a full-time band that sometimes, the writing a record would be like the last thing on our mind. We would just do everything and get to that point. And now, having made a record the way that we did, which was the music was all that we had and it was the only thing that mattered, it made us realize that that's what we were doing when we were younger. It's like the music was all
Right.
we had. We didn't have opportunities and we didn't have cool things. And so it's like we need to always do that. And we discovered that again. And it's just like it was so special. And that's I think that it comes out in the songs too.
That's so exciting to hear that the behind the scenes match kind of that energy and love that you hear when listening to the singles, because I feel like you kind of touched
Yeah.
on it being more of a slow burn leading up to the announcement of the record. You did have so many singles that were dropped over the last few months. So was it driving all of you a little bit crazy inside, doing single by single and having to hold on to the announcement and everything else that you knew was on the horizon?
Kind of. I mean, it was exciting. It was fun because we knew, like our fans didn't know what was going to happen, but we knew that all these songs were going to come out one by one. And so, knowing which one was next and anticipating the reaction and how people would like perceive it was actually really entertaining and fun. And I loved the whole process of it.
The cool thing for me was seeing the lyricism on this record. Like every time that you dropped a song, I just couldn't wait to just read through the lyrics on it because they're so relatable.
Oh,
I
thank
feel like
you.
of course, I feel like a lot of people know someone who's two-faced or can be emotionally abusive or just really put someone down. So, is it ever difficult writing about such vulnerable topics for you, or do you find that fairly simple?
It is, yeah. I mean, there's some things. Sometimes writing a song and performing a song can be a form of therapy, and it can kind of help you process things. Other times it can feel like it just keeps ripping a wound open every time you play the song. And I guess it really comes down to whether or not that specific topic has been healed in your own life, if you've been able to move on from it. But regardless, it's the songs that are the hardest to write, the things that are the hardest to talk about, that people end up needing and using the most, right? And so I think that's our job when you have this platform, is to be vulnerable and to be honest and to give people music that hopefully will help them through the same things that we're all going through, you know?
I've always loved that aspect of music, how one person's woes and kind of sharing that can really help others. And I know that you've found a lot of success, of course, through writing as a therapy, but just therapy in general. So I was wondering, outside of songwriting and making music, what are some of your kind of go-to therapies, just things you go to when you're down, when you need to be lifted up a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm a huge advocate for, traditional therapy like counseling, right? I go to therapy even these days when I'm home, when I'm off tour, like sometimes twice a week, and just being able to unpack and talk about something with someone who's safe, and kind of outside of your circle, right? Like feel like everybody needs that. It just can be so valuable when processing, like when you're in high school, or at least when I was in high school, you'll get kind of confused or you get stuck on a question, and or college, I guess, for people that went to college. You like talk to your teacher, you talk to your professor, you're like, this doesn't make sense, and you're like pointing at all the things, and all of a sudden it clicks. Um, as long as something's in here, it seems to never resolve, but as soon as you speak it out into the world, um, it becomes less scary, you know? And so, yeah, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I also like, just like other things like barbecue and kayaking and, hanging
Nice.
out with friends and spending time with my wife and everything. Like all of those things are therapeutic for me. And so we actually have a day off today. I got the grill set up outside the bus, and I'm gonna do some
Ooh.
tacos for all the boys.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Do you often try to cook on the road then when
Yeah.
you have days off? You're kind of known for that within the band?
Yes, literally every day off. Yeah, because I travel with a grill, and I just like stock the freezer with different types of steaks and all sorts of stuff. And then when it
That's
comes time for a
amazing.
day off, we know that we're gonna be eating good. So
Oh, I love hearing that. My dad is so big on barbecuing. So we have like two different ones, three smokers in the back. So what's kind of like your at-home setup for that stuff?
believe it or not, I have 9 Traegers, which
Traegers
is
are
just
amazing.
excessive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit excessive, but they're all special in their own right, and I use them for different things. But my backyard right now, like the king of all grills, it's called the Traeger Timberline XL, and it is an absolute monster. And it has like an induction cooktop off to the left, so you can deep fry or sear or whatever. It's really awesome. So that's like my new favorite backyard setup. And then when we're on the road, I bring it's called a tailgater. It's like created to be,
Yep.
for tailgating, but it fits right into a bus bay. So just put it in there and slide it out, bring out our merch table, set the grill on it, and heat it up, and off we go.
That's incredible. Yeah, that one
Yeah,
grill is like a beast of a machine. That's one that I know I want to get at some
it
point. But
is. It
yeah,
is. Yeah.
oh, that's so cool. Well, when it does come to this tour, you are about halfway through it, and it must just feel so amazing being back on the road, of course. But I saw this photograph where you actually gave the security guard at the show the microphone. It just looked like he was either petrified or so in the moment. So, did he sing? How did that go down?
He didn't. I actually do that
Mm.
pretty often. I always toss the mic to security, see if they want to holler something, give them the spotlight for a second. I would say 99% of the time they never do anything,
Aw.
and they're usually really caught off guard. But it's just fun, and it's fun for the crowd too, like to see whatever their reaction is. It's just fun. It's just a good time.
We'll put this into the world for any future security guards at any Memphis May Fire shows. Be prepared. It's coming at
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Learn the songs. Learn the songs.
Awesome. Well, Matty, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time for coming on here and catching up. Absolutely love seeing the band out there kicking ass. So all the best moving forward, and congratulations on the new record.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. It was an honor.
Oh, of course. To everyone watching, this has been Matty from Memphis May Fire. Be sure to check out notfest.com for plenty more exclusive interviews and features, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.